Hello everyone, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Abram. I am the creator of the program, The Gospelectual. And the basis of The Gospelectual is epistemology. How do we know what we know? But as it pertains to Christianity, because people do frequently ask me, why are you a Christian? I try to answer this with 1 Peter 3, which basically says, always be prepared to give an answer to everyone who asks and to give the reason for the hope that you have, but do it with gentleness and respect. The major purpose of the program is not to preach, but to present evidence on why we believe what we believe, and to educate individuals of any worldview on Christianity. And for the Christians, my Christian worldview is faith-based salvation. And for our more agnostic and atheist audience, I'd like to address those worldviews with evidence, for our case, of a creator God from a scientific perspective. To answer the question, does science point more towards atheism, or does science sit more comfortably with theism? Because atheism, we're told, is the only intellectually tenable position, and any attempt to reintroduce God is likely to impede the progress of science, which I disagree with, and I hope to prove my position as the discussion unfolds. So with the atheist and agnostic audience, I really want to focus on secular aspects as well as religious aspects pertaining to a creator God and how God operates this natural universe. And then hopefully in future episodes, I'll have guests from the natural and material sciences, both secular scientists as well as scientists that are believers. But before we get into all that, I just want to give a little background on myself and explain why I believe what I believe. So I grew up in the Christian church. And when you grow up in the church, at least for me, you kind of take it for granted. It's something that's always been there, so you kind of lose it. It gets tuned out with everything else that's going on in your life, right? By the time you hit college, or even before that in high school, it's very easy to tune out and to kind of fall into the crowd. And when you hit your college years and you're taking your ethics classes, your world religions, and your psychology classes, and the natural sciences, they try to steer you away from the theistic worldview. And I ended up questioning and ignoring my faith for a number of years. And during that time, I ended up studying other world religions, Islam, Buddhism, and eventually saying all this is just nonsense, it's all fairy tales. And then in my late 20s, I came across Hugh Ross, which introduced me to Job being the most scientific book in the Bible. So I started reading and researching Job and the scientific questions that were posed there. As it came to be, there were 60 questions posed, and now we have about 43 of those answered and proven by modern science. What it showed me was the Bible has been at a constant for 5,000 or 6,000 years. It's just been a straight line of its claims, right? And science over the same time frame has been very dynamic and constantly changing. Claims of discovery proves itself wrong, bouncing around. So during my research and my studies, I was like, man, there's got to be something to this, right? The Bible's been right 100% of the time. So it's actually the book that brought me back to the faith, but I'll get into all that. I just kind of wanted to scratch the surface and try out this new format, get some feedback, try and see how it all goes, and hopefully get some pretty interesting discussions going. And I hope you guys enjoy what you hear. Thanks.